Warner Brothers, but most importantly, Rocksteady Games are out to prove to us that Batman is the only marketable DC hero with Arkham City. Rocksteady Games must truly be a company overflowing with people who love the Batman. I'm sure all the capes and Batmobiles that they got for free are great compensation. This time, the whole city is there for you to explore and unleash your inner pedophile of the night. But like smart people should do, it seems all the children have been locked away, and thus the big black bully of the night decides to waste his time by beating up an assortment of his old enemies. Different from Arkham Asylum, you are not just constricted to the island. Now you're free to dance around the city. It seems Mr. Quincy decided to quarantine some of the world's worst psychos, pedos, rapists, and murderers in history to an island far off the coast of Gotham was a stupid idea. Where they needed to be was right there in the heart of the city, where they can be a real threat to the general public. But don't worry, you're going to have a single man who is a psychiatrist control the situation. So what if he can't fight? None of the criminals give a damn about that. We're going to leave him horribly understaffed. That'll show the criminals who's boss and that we really care. Huh? What? What do you mean the criminals took over? I wonder why. I can't figure it out. I mean, we did just mistreat a bunch of psychos, pedos, and rapists. It doesn't matter. Everything will work itself out.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
The best thing about Arkham City is its story, and sadly the worst thing about Arkham City is its story. And that's saying something. Batman has a lot of enemies, and they try to shoehorn in as many as possible, and a lot of them just don't get the loving detail that they received from the last game. But to be fair, it is because the roster has more than doubled from the last game. You have the voice actors from the animated series reprising their roles, except Miss Harley Quinn, who has changed. The voice actor for that has changed, but that's fine. I still love Miss Quinzel. Combat in the game doesn't play like you expect it to. It plays like you need it to. The game often tosses in special fights with lower-ranked enemies to try and have you compensate in much ways like the Dark Knight would. Boss battles in the game are actually very well done, but there's a trick to it. Turn off the hints when you start the game. Seriously, when you're trying to figure out what to do and they just flat out give you the answer, it's no fun.
Explore! Find my challenges! And when you fail to solve them and lie blubbering like an ignorant child on the floor, you will know that the Riddler is better than you.
If you're a fan of the Batman, at least try to figure out the puzzles, without the damn game giving you the answer. That way you'll have a lot more satisfaction when you actually do beat the puzzles. The graphics are what you expect. There's some pop-in textures that show up every now and again, but there are pop-in textures in other games, so fuck it, you just run with that. So there's nothing really to fault the game about, at least not since the character models are just lovely to look at. Catwoman makes her appearance known as she traipses around the city, and you're allowed to play with her if you bought the game new. Poison Ivy, her ass has made a return from the last game, forcing me to stare at it for an extended period of time, so yay me, I feel complete knowing that. I love the asses of the game. They're all shaped like little hearts. It's like they're calling out to me, telling me to find and do random things to women. I'm trying not to spoil the game and give shit away, so I'm not as funny as I usually am. But you should really play the game. Earlier, I'll explain on this. Earlier, as I said, that Batman was the only marketable DC hero. Well, I was fucking mistaken. Because I do believe there's another DC hero who is marketable. Wally West the Flash could easily be a great movie and a great game, but DC are crazy people, so they don't fucking care. So go out, buy the game new, enjoy all the content from the Catwoman DLC. It does change the story a little bit, especially in the beginning. Other than that, I have no complaints. The game's really good.